There we go.
Hello.
Right at the nick of time. Quite
The
literally.
what of time?
The nick of time?
That did not sound like an N. That sounded like a much sharper sound than an N.
Some would even say an N. Wait.
What? Welcome back
Okay,
to
now
another...
I'm locally recording. Yeah! Because...
Welcome back to another episode of Best of Five. My name is Elon. I am here joined by these two beautiful people. Steve, the main squeeze, Ace King, offsuit jerk. Steve, how's it going?
Hold on. We need to do that intro again because I am not the main squeeze this week. I am not Ace King offsuit this week. This week I am Ace King baby.
I love it. I love it so much.
Over my head, I'm sorry. Is that a wrestling
You're not
thing?
all elite. That's a wrestling thing.
Okay, cool. So Ace King Baby offsuit.
I love that I love the fact that I now have the option to say, what is that?
Oh, the cicadas outside my window that have been deciding to just...
Is that legit cicadas?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The brood?
I live in
What's
the
it called?
South.
The brood spawn?
It's the remnants of them, and it's pretty bad. Like...
I do not
I
envy you.
apologize so much for that. Which is why I'm very happy that I am locally recording, so Steve can just cut all of that from the final edition on podcast.
We might not be able to. We might not have to. I might just have to keep it all in its wonderful glory.
Oh no.
The fact that what you've got, what is it, 11-year cicadas and 17-year cicadas?
They're 14 years.
14,
yeah.
17.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that creatures come out of the ground once every 14 years, that sounds fake, first of all.
Oh no, I'm from the East Coast, so I understand. It's not fake.
Yeah.
The fact that they come out every 14 years and every 17 years, that sounds fake. Cicadas sound like completely made-up creatures, and yet somehow they're real.
Just like grapplers. Why do they exist? Why are they in this world? We don't know, but they're here for some reason, you know?
Nice. Also joined
Good segue
today,
back to the fighting game community stuff we have planned for this weekend.
Also joining us on the podcast today, as always, the wonderful, multi-talented, force to be reckoned with, the Sharpie.
I'm a hyphenated artist now with over 25k followers on TikTok. I'm also 30 years old, unfortunately.
I'm 37!
You say that like it's a bad
What does
thing.
that mean?
It's
What
a
does that
death
make me?
sentence. I apologize to everyone that I've disappointed by growing old.
I'm 7
I'd
years
like to-
older than you!
I'd like to take this moment to state that due to the fact that I am so incredibly old, and my reflexes are so incredibly decrepit, and I'm no longer able to enjoy fighting games at a base level, I have opted to move forward with retirement. This will be my final moment in the fighting game community, and I appreciate so many of you for standing with me. Also, I'm playing grapplers. Hi,
My
everybody!
head
I'm so excited to be here today.
My head hurts. Actually, because I'm older than you, my everything hurts now.
I can't relate. That's old people problems.
Tonight on the show.
You should have retired when you were young like me, Steve.
Oh God, everything's falling. Tonight on the show.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to everyone listening in on me doing this bit. I almost considered not doing it, to be very honest with you, out of respect for older people and their heart conditions. But I powered through.
Tonight on the show, we're going to talk about MVC2 Lives. We're going to talk about Block Grab. We're going to talk about Riptide, and we're going to have ourselves some quick hits, which is our hit news segment at the end of the show. Also, first of all, during the beginning of the show, I bet people $2 if they could guess where that music is from. Nobody took me up on the bet. It's also from X-Men, the arcade game. Secondly, I changed the way this stuff looks. I think it looks a little bit fancier, but give me your feedbacks when you get the chance. You can send us an email at bestofvshow@gmail.com. Send us over some feedback. Send us over what you want us to talk about. Just say hi. bestofvshow@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. That's the best way to get in contact with us. So say hello to us there. Now, with all that said, we're going to have a slightly different version of the recap today because some big dingus over there in Minnesota decided to pull a fire alarm, and it's just so managed to be at Steve's apartment. So, unfortunately, Steve, with his fire alarm, could not get the graphics done in time for the recap today.
So yeah, I just spent a significant amount of time outside my apartment building waiting for the all clear to go back in. And because I am not exactly the most forward-thinking in terms of getting work done, I usually save the recap graphics for the end because, I'm able to pull them together relatively quickly. But all of that time went away. All of that time disappeared. Therefore, there are no recap graphics this week. I apologize. That's
okay.
Also the time when I update the ticker.
Mm-hmm.
That is also not, well, it's partially updated. So you see the schedule for Riptide. You'll also see the schedule for week 2 of Vortex Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
But in fact, you don't need to wait for the graphic below, because we can pull that up right now. Check this out. You've got the Friday schedule on your screen right now. You've got Vampire Savior, BB Tag, and some Gundam action going on Friday. If that's not your flavor, you can wait. You can kick it on over to Saturday. You've got plenty of options there. You've got arms from all over the world. You've got more Mobile Suit Gundam. You've got the beautiful game that is Ultra Fight Da Kyanta 2. If you have never seen that game in action, that is just legitimately, it's an experience. It is an absolute experience. But you've also got some old school games, some Sam Show Special, V-Save. You've got newer stuff, Kill la Kill. You've got Central Fiction Fight of Animals in there. And Mahjong Soul, which is going to be probably the most contested game of the weekend. I kid you not.
Mm-hmm.
And then
there.
Sunday. Are you actually in there?
No, I wish. I tried to sign up, but I think by the time I started signing up, it was too late for me, so I forgot to finish the sign up.
I think that might have hit its cap, too.
Yeah.
This game gets... Mahjong Soul gets crazy.
It's crazy. It's a wild game. It's a wild game.
Is a
and
wild
it's free. So you can go download Mahjong Souls right now.
Yeah.
On your phone.
The other thing you could do is you could look at what's going down on Saturday. You've got Windjammers, of course, more Central Fiction, but a few other games as well. Skullgirls Brazil, if you got a chance to look at the Brazilian, the South American Skullgirls tournament from EVO that Sharpie commentated, you'll likely see quite a few of those players in the fold there. And you've also got a few older games as well. King of Fighters 2002, Inuyasha, and Jackie Chan. You want to see some Jackie Chan and Fists of Fire action?
Dude,
this is the weekend to do it.
I want to be straight with you guys right now. I saw Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire for the first time. Combo Breaker 2016. Decided in the mystery game tournament. I've been a fan since. It's just impossible to not want to play that game. Especially if you're a fan of Jackie
Elon
Chan.
really soft for anyone else?
You want me to turn up?
Is that just
there,
me?
There you go. I've turned up. Is this better?
Yes.
Thanks for turning up, Elon. Really showing your age there.
Turned up Elon is best Elon.
I'm turned up.
Eternally
right now.
young, Elon. Yeah.
Yep. Age is just a number. Anyway.
Let's move forward.
So
Speaking of critically acclaimed tournaments, am I right? Get it? 'Cause
Here, so we've got one other tournament to touch on, and Sharpie, we need your help with this. We've got a sort of commentator tournament going down pretty soon.
I hear that's occurring. Apparently, there are like a bunch of really famous commentators. I wouldn't know any of them. Playing Guilty Gear Strive that are also trying to fight aside of this tournament for, I don't know, bragging rights, basically. It's a commentator cup, and it's being hosted by UltraChen, actually. I believe the date that was announced was September 27th. Is that correct? Am I making
17th.
that up?
17th.
Whoa, it's the 17th?
Yeah. If you show up on the 27th, you might be in trouble.
Or you might win.
I literally thought they moved it. I got a message saying it was moved. I had assumed they announced the movement.
Oh. Let me double check because I'm just pulling up from the graphic I downloaded.
No, I'm showing that the 24th. It's the 24th now.
Okay.
So it's 1 week later.
Hi, everybody. We're going to announce the 24th as the new date tonight of the Capcom Cup tonight on the Tuesday show. Thank you so much for watching Best of V's show. It's been fantastic to be here with you. I'm your host, The Purple Sharpie, and I have my whole foot in my mouth. What's up? I didn't sign an NDA. Can't nobody sue me. I genuinely, they were talking about this with us like 2 whole weeks before. I can't believe they haven't told anybody the date has changed. This is so, it's not my fault. I haven't broken NDA so many times on this freaking show.
So let's get back to the lecture at hand. Hopefully you're still able to body some of these people. So we had a discussion about who was going to finish second because obviously you're taking this thing free.
No, that's not my intention with this at all. I actually don't want to win, to be very honest with you. There is exclusively one person inside of this tournament who I am very, very interested in playing. That's literally all I want. I cannot stress that enough. There's only literally one person I want to defeat in this entire tournament. And that's going to have to be the person who decided to talk a bunch of mess the entire time that I was out here minding my business, and that's Pro XYG. Pro XYG took an opportunity to throw shots at me, saying, and I quote, this is not in any way, shape, or form hyperbole. This is literally what was said to me on stream a couple of weeks ago on UltraChen's stream. I posted a link in chat. And at this point on the podcast, I'm pretty sure Steve will go ahead and insert that quote. But there was some mess being said about the way that I feel about grapplers. I had asked specifically for tournament organizers to put me against Pro XYG round 1. That's all I want. That's the only match that I care about. I don't care about anything else in the entire bracket. I just care about defeating this man with a clean 3-0. That's it.
So once you've done that, are you just dropping the mic and saying it's over?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm DQing myself from the remainder of the tournament, yeah.
You heard it here first. Sharpie is going to win her opening match and then walk away. She's going to. There's no reason to.
The only people that I do not in any way, shape, or form approve of playing in tournaments is grappler players. And this grappler player got a mouth and opted to use that mouth instead of coherently sharing tech by attacking me. And I'm responding in kindness using the only language that grapplers understand. Fists. All right?
I like that hawk screeching in the background there.
I'm coming from you. I'm coming for you.
Oh my goodness. What is this show?
Syndicated in several different states, Steve. That's what the show is.
Oh my god. Alright. This is...
I'm sorry.
Oh man, this show's just off the rails this week. That's all right. Everybody needs a show.
It's the first week every single time I come back after like doing a bunch of things. The first show is always like everyone just gives me too much time to talk. I'm sorry, future Steve.
It's okay. Look, at the end of the day.
Wait, why are you saying it's okay on my behalf?
Well, I wasn't saying it's okay to. No. Hold up.
Not you, future Steve.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it's okay that you're gonna have extra work to do. I was saying it's okay right now. So that's all I'm saying. All right. Anyhoozle, all this aside, let's see if I can try to put this on some kind of rails, because the train has now. It's like Harry Pottered out of here. It's floating around. Steve, did we have anything else for the recap this week?
We should probably just move on to Marvel, because the longer we're here, we're just the more things go crazy.
Okay, then Marvel 2 lives. For those of you that don't know, Maximilian, man, the myth, the legend, tweeted out that he wanted to start discussions in hopefully bringing back Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the video game, in some way, shape, or form, because I think the last time Marvel 2 was available, mind you, was on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in, 2006, 7-ish? Somewhere around that time. And since then, the game has been in the dark. No way of playing it. It is not available in any store. And the only way to play it is not legal. So it's kind of scary to try to run tournaments or have any fun with it because of that. So since Maximilian has tweeted this out, there's been a huge, big yes coming from the depths of the FGC and the not-so-FGC. A lot of people have been completely agreeing with the sentiment that they want to see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back. And there's a lot of pressure going for it. It's kind of going crazy right now. Steve and Sharpie, do you all have any thoughts on Marvel vs. Capcom 2's new MVC2 Lives movement?
I think any game that was good enough to warrant the creation of Skullgirls is worth bringing back.
I just find it interesting because the width and the breadth of this movement, this free MVC2, because obviously it has almost mythical status within the FGC itself. But you've got, when you talk about Marvel versus Capcom, that just seems to hit a nerve in the wider pop culture scene. You had actors tweeting about how no one can touch them in Marvel 2. You've got, if you pull that image up, people think of stuff like the curly mustache video. It's Marvel, baby. That hits a nerve.
Is this the image you were talking about?
Well, that's another thing. This is a image from a couple weeks ago on AEW Dynamite. Someone in the front row had a sign that said #FreeMVC2.
Why does it look like Max on the side of that sign? Why does it look like Max, kind of?
It kind of does.
The dude with the mustache?
It's not him once you zoom in, but from here.
Yeah, of course not. But
no, we're doing it. We're zooming in and enhancing. It's like NCIS or whatever. Zoom in and enhance.
See, now that you zoom in, it doesn't look like him at all.
Yeah, you ruined it.
Yeah, once you come back out.
Yeah. Oh, look.
It looks like Max.
Right next to the dude on the ring's head, it's Smoke. Right behind that rope. Smoke's there. That's pretty cool. I didn't know Smoke liked wrestling. Anywho.
But I mean, things like that just just are in the public consciousness at a much higher level than you would for a lot of other retro games. You know, there's a passionate community around V-Save, you know, Vampire Savior, and you've got the crew from Vampire Arcadia who's actually streaming streaming the North American tournament this weekend for Vortex Gallery. They do a lot of stuff within the FGC. So many games have dedicated scenes within the FGC that just don't necessarily get that sort of connection outside of it. Mm-hmm. Here, it absolutely does connect in ways that, you know, just others don't. And I feel like that's part of the reason why you're seeing so much more momentum behind something like this.
Yeah. Not to mention also, like, I feel like when I started dipping my toes into the FGC, especially because I was in Philly, I got to see a lot of Marvel 2. I think I specifically remember NEC 2013 with Sanford Kelly versus Justin in a MVC2 exhibition where they all brought out the Moss sticks and everybody was going crazy. They had a giant MVC2 tournament. It's great. And then fast forward a couple years later, you have people like traveling across the country for another biggie exhibition in MVC2, right? So it's a game that I feel like people are super duper passionate about in the FGC, and like you were saying, Steve, outside of the FGC as well. I think it's just because like that's what people grew up playing, right? I think it was a right place, right time type of thing. And since it's kind of been locked behind the Capcom vault or the Disney vault or whoever's vault, and having this reminder that it existed and everybody grew up with it, it's like, oh yeah, we do want to see that back. Sorry, Steve, we do want to see that back.
And you know, I talked about passion, and I talked about the passion about the people who support these games. For whatever reason, Marvel 2 fans just take it to such a different direction. I don't want to say they're more passionate or less passionate, but if you think, you know, your local scene probably has a whole bunch of people who still play, Super Turbo. Probably have people who play Third Strike. Probably have people who play, you know, original Fatal Fury. All of those older games. No, I'm trying to think of any Super Turbo player of note, or any, you know, original Virtua Fighter player thinking, you know what, I want to play my game again. Let me bet somebody $10,000 that I can beat them.
Oh my god!
Let me put a used car on this.
Oh my
that I
god!
I can beat Justin Wong's Storm.
Yo, he really genuinely said, like, and this was the part that messed with me the most. So I was stressed because I didn't think it was his own money that he was putting up for that money match. I swore to my fiance that it was charity's money or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he had Kickstartered $10,000 or something. Bruh, someone in chat said, this man's been training for 21 years to lose to Justin, who's been practicing for 2 months. And I was like, ah!
Those of you who don't know what we're talking about.
I didn't say it because I don't want the man coming for me. Because immediately after stream, he was just going off. He was going like, F you, Mega Man DS, F you, Natick. All these people over here talking mess could never beat me. I was like, bro, none of them had to beat you because Justin already took your money. What do you mean? I don't understand why he popped off so hard round one. I literally don't get it. I literally don't understand. It was like, it's like, you know, when you're like, haha, COVID vaccine, I got my first shot. And then the very next day, you literally can't move your arm at all. And ultimately, like, you end up going back and you have like a terrible reaction to it's like that. It's like, bro, you didn't even wait for it to finish. You weren't even at 10% of the completion of the entire set. Bro, why did you go off? Well, all you had to do was just be quiet, and you could have been like Daigo. You know what? Daigo didn't beat Justin at Evo for Evo Moment 37. Do you know why we know Evo Moment 37? Because Daigo kept his mouth shut and did something really cool one round. That's what happened. Okay? You could have just been quiet and clipped it and paid the money and paid $10,000 to have a really nice clip, my dude.
Man.
But that's old school. That's the difference between old school and me. For real. Is because I will talk my mess after I win. You feel me?
So for those of you who were not aware of what happened, a player by the name of Roundhouse decided that Justin Wong was not the greatest player in Marvel 2 history. That Duck Do was better. And that he felt so strongly about it. He challenged Justin to a 1st to 15 for $10,000. It didn't go so well for him. It was 15-5 in Justin's favor at the end of the night.
Oh boy!
I just feel like he should change his name from Roundhouse to Frownhouse, because that man was not smiling after that set. That man was upset. That man, they really
he
interviewed
lost
him.
$10K. Forget Roundhouse. He call him No House.
Him just calling his wife afterwards and being like, "We lost the house."
Also,
What are you talking about? What? How did we lose the house? Justin turtled me to death. What? That doesn't even make any sense.
I took out a second mortgage payment for this bet. Yo, stop it.
Can I just show you my favorite?
Later on YouTube. If you're not already following us on YouTube, you best be. You'll see original skit content based off the horrible beating that we were talking about. Check us out on YouTube.com.
Can I just show you guys my favorite?
Show.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you doing that. I'm sorry. Sorry, Steve. I cursed. Damn it. I'm on a downward spiral over here. Can I show you guys my favorite moment of this entire thing, though?
Please.
This entire thing. Here it is.
I saw this tweet before I even knew what was going on. This was the only way I knew it was happening. I saw this and I was like, what the hell just happened? At first, I thought he was getting paid out for a tournament. And then I go and I check the rest of it and I'm like, oh my God. Round foreclosure, round apartment, no house. Bruh, I'm stressed. Why is chat clouding this man?
My favorite's just Justin going, thanks.
That's my
and he's gonna move
fee.
on with his day.
Well, he's gonna move on with his new $10,000 in his bank account. That's what he's gonna do. That's
my God.
Appearance fee, dude.
You just paid. You just talked so much that you decided to pay his baby girl's first semester of college. Congratulations.
That's not a semester. That's not a semester.
That's maybe
like half a semester.
Yeah.
School's very expensive now, Steve. The federal infrastructure for additional schooling is not a joke right now.
And Joseph Biden can take away that debt in 30 seconds, but he refuses. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Back to fighting games.
Here's where does this rank among the great washings of all time?
Probably the best part was, to be honest with you, I think it's definitely a top 10 moment. I don't think it's a top 5. And the only reason I say it's a top 10 was because there was a point where both of them were on the microphone and Justin is literally consoling Roundhouse. He literally says, yeah, everybody over here may think that Roundhouse is free, but Roundhouse isn't free. I'm just really good. And I was like, oh no! And then one of the commentators was interviewing him afterwards because they did the loser interview. And they're interviewing him. And they go, and Roundhouse is like, yeah, man, I definitely should have been better. I should have finished my combos because I was dropping.
You should have been better.
And the commentator says, yeah, well, Justin makes everyone look free. And I was like, oh no.
Look, I will say, at least it's not.
I don't know if I could do it.
At least it's not perfect legend status. We can say that.
See, here's the thing. Say what you will about him and his level of humility. His level of humidity. Say what you will about his level of humility. Perfect Legend is legitimately an all-time great.
Sure.
He's achieved so much. He has a status from which to pop off.
Well,
and yes, 13-0 is going to follow him around for the foreseeable future. But you know what won't follow him around? A $10,000 loss.
The cicadas are loving this.
He did that for free. He still had, it cost him his attorney fees. It cost him travel. It didn't cost him 5 digits to do that.
No. But when you
got
talk...
a free ass whipping. Good for him.
But at the same time, it's like when you talk trash and then you try to put an asterisk after the match is over and have to go back and then still lose 3-0 after that?
I don't know,
I think
Elon.
it's just a situation thing.
I don't think it was an asterisk. I think it was more of a coda situation. You feel me?
Very true. Very true. I agree with that.
That's a music joke for our listeners at home.
DC Alcoda. No, I mean, and here's the thing, right? As far as like I'm sorry, Steve, you're gonna have to bleep this one out. As far as the talk get hit situation, that's been happening, right? We have the Roundhouse situation. That's definitely top 10. I think top 1 has to be Perfect Legend, right? Because it's talk trash, got 10-0'd, still talk trash, got 3-0'd again.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there because there's another moment that I would argue is very, very close to that, and it's new FGC. I had the good fortune of unfortunately starting this rivalry of Giga Itachi versus the entirety of New Jersey. Did you guys hear about that?
I did not know about this.
Giga Itachi put up $300 against Sage and then lost 0-10 or something like that and didn't even have the money to pay him. Mm-hmm. Then immediately after, oh no, people thought he wasn't coming, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to the ATM," and he said that and then disappeared for like 5 hours. And then he gets there. And the only reason, this is why it's so bad, is because the only reason he got around was because he called it due to technical TKO, where the pause screen came up because he was like, somebody was stepping on my cord. So I feel, that's pretty bad. I just want to put out there, this man made this $300 money match bet without even owning a console to practice at home.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, see, so I feel like while Perfect Legend versus Sonic Fox is definitely up there, I feel like we've had some new age blow-ups that we really need to audit.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true. There's also, we're going down this rabbit hole. The other one that comes to mind for me is Brahim Keys versus Smug.
Yeah,
and here's the thing.
That's a good one.
Here's the thing. This was when I was in Philly, so I was in the Philly FGC Facebook group, and I got to see all this build up, right? And it was just Brahim Keys, because Brahim Keys, to his credit, was winning the locals every time. He would win, and he kept saying I've won 40 tournaments in a row, and he was talking about locals, right? He's all of a sudden he started going at Big E, saying, people came to Big E tournaments to beat me, and it's like,
no.
Then Big E set up a money match. He said, play anybody, or I pick the fighter, you fight them, they're gonna 10-0 you. And he said, bring it. So they went to Apex. Big E got Smug, Street Fighter 4 Dudley Smug, 10-0'd the crap out of Brahim Keys, and the Big E pop-off. The Big E pop-off that is on the Hold Back the Block page. Go over there to Hold Back the Block on YouTube, and you can see this, because it's there. The Big E pop-off after Smug 10-0's Brahim Keys. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm a big fan of Big E, so getting to see him pop off like that was so cool.
I still can't believe Justin just took this man's entire savings like that. Like, that is... That was that. All I'm saying is Marvel is definitely back. The gods are out here and they walk among us. Okay, like Justin did the damn thing. And I just want to say, while I enjoyed the stream so much, because I really did, I thought it was really very fun, and it reminded me of like why I first got into this community in the very first place. You know, like, because I felt that offline environment in the stream chat. I felt that while I was watching the stream. It was really fun. I'm also reminded about why we cleaned up a lot of stuff, too, because there was a lot of cussing. Like, it wasn't a bad thing. I was vibing with it. But I was like, I definitely couldn't let my little sister watch this. Yep. That was the only thing. And that wasn't even really a slight, because that's not what it was for, you know? I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh, my God. Yeah. Justin's face the entire time, just stone face killer. Roundhouse face popping off after the first round compared to like the 10th round where he's just like terrified. He's like cussing at the screen.
Dude, I think that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of like the bigger sets. Because if it goes bad, it goes bad.
I'm going to so first of all, I did the video you were talking about, Hold Back to Block. I did link that in the chat. And I'm actually going to link it now. If you're watching on YouTube, it will be right up there or there, whichever corner it's in now.
Smug looks like a baby in this video.
The other one that HK Solanero brought up, it is Fnatic versus CJ Showstopper at CEO, where this was like at their Fighter Mania thing, which was all exhibitions on the opening night. What made it bad, Fnatic bodied him, but what made it bad is like right before the match took place, CJ actually recorded his mom talking trash to Fnatic, and they played it on the screen.
No,
it's like
no.
It's like my son is gonna be in a match from 1 to 10. That's how she said it, not a 1 to 10, from 1 to 10. And she ended it, Fnatic, you're gonna get bodied. I am going to link the Base Monster video of that in the chat now. And for those of you watching on YouTube, that will be either in that corner or that corner right now, depending on where it is on screen.
Oh man, so many good moments and so many good memories, right? And to think that if it wasn't for MVC2, we would never have experienced. So thanks, MVC2.
Free MVC2.
Yeah, hashtag free MVC2. Also, yeah, big ups to Max for doing his thing, and we talked a lot about Max too when he started the KI Lives stuff, right? Like he brought back KI kind of for a little while. So big ups to Max.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're still going on. You've got people in the KI scene still playing, and some of that is because of Max. Some of it's because of people like Esteban with Hold Back to Block and the documentary they did. Dude, a lot of it's also due to people in local scenes telling, playing the game, saying, hey, you think this game's cool? Sit down. I'll show you how it works. I'll show you what you can do. I'll show you what you want to do. That's what builds the community up. The figureheads absolutely deserve credit, and they get lots of credit. But it's the local grinders, the people who go and play for no other reason than they just love playing the game. Whether that be Street Fighter V or KI or Marvel 2 or anything.
Yeah.
Man, fighting games are great. And all of fighting games, also, Steve, you've gotten a little teary-eyed there. You're just a little fuzzy.
I'm just thinking about Mama CJ.
Also, sorry, Steve. Fat Cat, thank you for gifting out 5 community subs. Thank you, Fat Cat.
Thank you. We really appreciate everything for everyone who subscribes, everyone who follows us, retweets us, supports us in any way, shape, or form. we thank you. We take that and we put that into doing things to make the show a little better. We've got a couple things in the pipe, so hopefully you'll be able to see that pay dividends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for right now, Fat Cat, thank you. We appreciate you. You know what all fighting games have in common, Stephen Sharpie? They all have blocks and grabs.
Unfortunately.
So I think it's time for a block grab. Whoops.
What about dive kick?
Block grab.
Block grab.
Sorry, I forgot. I still have that button tied up to something else. Okay, so today on Block Grab, we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to do lightning round here because we have a ton. And here's why. We're going to do our normal block and grab where we react to the trailers of the week. And we got a little extra surprise for you. So first, I'm not going to tell you what that surprise is. Steve and I know. Nobody else knows. And that's okay. First, let's go ahead and take a look. Whoa, wait. Sorry. Getting a little excited over here. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at our first trailer.
Oh, we shouldn't do this one first.
This is a full match, isn't it? Dang it, Steve.
Yeah, that's the gameplay.
This is what I wanted.
And it involves this character.
Okay, grab. I like that overhead. Grab. Wow, she's dead.
Yeah, that's a grab very easily. She just plays like Eliza. I'm playing that character. Yeah.
Yeah. There's that
Her
trailer
range
was
is
so
dumb.
hot it melted.
Yeah.
That is
Womp,
easily a grab. You just wanted to work that joke in for the entire show.
I was
You
so
spent the
happy
last
that I
50
came up with that.
minutes.
I'm so happy I came up with that. I'm not letting it go. Anywho, grab from me. Steve, that was a grab you said, right?
That was a grab.
Sharpie, you said grab, right? Eliza Lake?
I did, yeah.
Too bad she's not Egyptian. Or maybe she is. I don't know. Who knows?
Why is it sad that she's not an Egyptian?
Because then she'd be more like Eliza.
Eliza's not Egyptian. Sekhmet is Egyptian. Did you really want to get into it about Skullgirls lore right now, Elon? I thought this was a lightning round.
We've got more footage of Noel. Because we got a look at the gameplay for Melty. Let's play that whole ass match.
Okay, now we're doing this one. All right. Also, by the way, chat decided to grab. I see nothing but grabs. Any hoozle. Also, this is not Noel. Steve, you lied to me.
I saw Noel in chat. Blue mentioned Noel. That got in my head.
Anyway, so this is the first time we've seen... And this game does look really pretty. At first, I wasn't like super aware of how the characters looked against the background. But now that I'm seeing it in action like this game looks pretty.
Very good.
I'm
Very
still...
good. They do something with the... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, they do something with the camera that you don't typically see inside of fighting games, where the camera actually extenuates the movement instead of like hard zooming and panning. It's a lot softer, which allows like less focus to be on the background and more focus to be on the characters. That's not normal inside of other fighting games, I want to say.
Yeah.
But like we can talk obviously about the fighting game mechanics. That was the very first thing that stood out to me about all the motion and the movement was the camera movement.
Yeah.
And how clean it is.
No, I'm a fan. I specifically really like the parallax.
But a lot of the movement, it looks so much faster here. It looks so much better defined, I want to say. It looks more like Under Night to me than Melty Blood, which is what I love because I feel like they took the most... current code, thank you. I feel like they took a lot of the positives for Under Night, specifically a lot of the clean movement, a lot of the fast-hitting attacks. I'm seeing a lot of the same light strings as per usual side of Under Night, which I love. It's very beautiful. It's all very beautiful. And I don't know how they managed to get all these layers looking so clean, because that animation for that canon is very different than the animation that they use to define the characters, and that just is so beautifully done.
What the hell is that?
It's a gun.
So they literally gave this character a gun, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Welcome to anime games.
And he's off to space. I mean, that was pretty badass.
I like the fact that you take a gun to the chest, a massive howitzer cannon to the chest, and it does 20%. Slightly more than a throw.
Steve, you're going to talk like that.
It's a magic grab, Steve.
And you're going to talk like that when we have RoboCop shooting people in the face in Mortal Kombat and they like barely take chip damage by putting their fist in the front of it? Come on now.
I'm saying.
Anyway, okay. This is getting crazy. There's countering on countering on countering happening here, and I'm here for it. I think I'm actually going to try this game. I think this scene in action like this has convinced me. I was on the fence for a hot minute.
I will actively say that I'm more excited for this game than I was ever excited for any other game in 2021. With the only exception being Skullgirls, obviously, but I'm very excited for this game. I'm very, very excited for it. It looks so good. It looks like everything I've wanted from a fighting game. It looks and feels to me like what I wanted Project Melee to be, but it's not a platformer. And that's really just a plus for me now.
Okay, hold your opinion on Project Melee, because we're going to talk about that later.
Oh, are we? So we're definitely not doing that Nintendo sponsorship then, huh?
Probably not.
No.
Anyhoozle. That was fun to watch. Wow, and it's coming out in what, like 23
2
days?
weeks. Yeah.
23 days. And you too can be so hot that it melty. There is one thing, though. I feel like there's a lot of people who were looking really forward to Strive, and then since Strive has had the Street Fighter effect in a way, the Street Fighter 5 effect in a way, a lot of people were like, this game's not good. Here's for Melty. So I feel like a lot of people are putting a lot of stakes on Melty. So I hope everybody's happy.
I feel like a lot of the people that were excited for Strive hadn't really played a Guilty Gear game before, because I played Accent Core. I played Plus R. I played like Exerd. I knew what I was going to get with Guilty Gear Strive, and I was happy with what I got. I think the biggest issue for me was just, to be very honest, like, it hit really hard, but a lot of the patches didn't come until super late in the game's lifespan after launch. Like, having a patch at like 3-4 months in after launch is not a good look. You know, especially when you have people playing it competitively. Like, just being on that first couple of patches, and then they had a lot of issues with the way that they launched it, I feel. But I think a lot of people are going to enjoy Melty Blood. I'm excited for the anime community because this is a big win for us. And it also is an opportunity to bring a lot more people into, I would say, lesser known fighting games when you compare them to Mortal Kombat, to Street Fighter, even to like Tekken. This is a really good alternative to a lot of people who may have gotten their appetites weeded from Guilty Gear Strive moving further into the anime games are also very exciting and very good, even if they're not made by some huge publisher, Square. And that's something that I've always really wanted to stress in general, which is why I like to play a lot of anime and indie fighting games. So it's nice to see Melty Blood getting a positive reception, because I genuinely believe that's what this community has deserved for a very long time.
Yeah. Agreed. So I think it's fair to say, chat, Sharpie, Steve, Elon, grabs all around for Melty, right? Big ol' grabs all around. Okay. Now, we have one more trailer that I completely forgot to download and put into the show, but I have done it. And here it is. Oh, it's Ash Ketchum.
Ash Crimson.
Oh, dang, it's Crimson.
Close.
Dude, I love this stage. The giant, like, magical reindeer back there. The new design of the character looks pretty phenomenal. Looks fantastic. Spectacular, if you will. The game's looking really pretty. Look at all these particle effects. Shatter all expectation. It was so hot it shattered.
Huh.
Sharpie, block or grab on the Ash?
Block. That's a block for me.
Block. Any...
Yeah, she doesn't look amazing compared to some of the cast that we've had already. I'm excited to see her back inside of 15, but she's not a showstopper for me.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Chat, I'm coming to you next. Steve, block or grab?
You know, it's a tough spot because her appearance had already been confirmed with the Gamescom announcement trailer. So it's always kind of hard to follow up on that when you know what's coming. But AEW did it, and I think SNK did it, so I'm going to grab.
Okay. I'm going to... You know what? Ash seems to have made a lot of people happy. So, based on that, I'm going to grab. You know, why
well, it's not other people, Elon. It's you. It's about how you feel about the character. You can't put other people into it. That's what chat is for. Chat is here
Elon
to put
is
other
a
people
pleaser,
into it.
though. He is a people pleaser.
It's not necessarily that I'm a people pleaser or that I'm not a people pleaser. It's that I don't have an opinion, so I go with what people like. Because I want to be loved. It's insecure, really. Anywho.
Oh, man.
That was really good, actually. That was really good.
I mean, it's 100% true. Anywho, now, we're going to have to go through this pretty quick because we're at the second half of the show here. Or second third of the show, if you will. Here's the surprise.
Or third.
Third. Here's the surprise. I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but Google recently had published an AI that will take images and then try to make them as realistic as possible. And they did that with some Street Fighter V characters. So we're going to look at Street Fighter V characters as if they were real people, and we're going to block grab. Get ready on all these, because this is going to be a wild ride, everybody. We're only going to focus on the ones that are on the screen, on the middle of the screen. For now. All right? Cool?
I'm concerned about this.
All right. First blocker grab is Guile.
That is like a dude from Back to the Future, Brick.
That's a grab. It looks exactly like Guile.
That's
a grab. They actually did better with his hair than and his ears. Oh my gosh.
My favorite's just the face with the eyebrows scrunched in and the lip going up. Dude, it's good.
Guile has seen some.
This is actually concerning to me. I feel like I've met Guile in my life. That's very terrifying to me. There's some people I know from high school that look very similar to that picture, and it's very concerning to me.
All right, so Sharpie, block or grab?
That's definitely a block. I said that starting out. There's no way. I'm sorry. This is just too messed up.
Steve, block or grab?
Grab.
Chat, block or grab? I'm going to block because it's terrifying.
I think everyone.
I should actually change my block to a grab because I feel like they did a good job capturing the character. It is terrifying to me, though. I do want that on record.
Dude, I just can't get over
the duck lips, the upside down smirk, the fake pout, the upside down pout that he's doing.
So good. Oh man, and we got 2 grabs and a block, so the grabs win. Congratulations, everybody. Actually, everybody's got grabs. All right, here we go. Next, Chun-Li.
Chun-Li.
Why did they whitewash John? Why did they whitewash her? Her eyes. I mean, I'm gonna just be real with you. You know what it is? She doesn't even look like Asian inside of this, but maybe it's just because they don't have her both. You know who she looks like? She looks like Ricky.
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's really pretty, actually. But I think the picture that they have there is not like a very, like they don't have a lot of like a lot of the original Chun-Li. I was expecting a different face for this, honestly, but that is very good. That's definitely a grab for me.
Grab for Sharpie.
That looks exactly like Ricky to me. Like I think it's very beautiful, and I think it's honestly more of a compliment to Chun-Li for looking as pretty as Ricky does consistently.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think sort of To your first point, I think that's sort of because Chun-Li wasn't necessarily designed to look Asian.
Yeah, she wasn't stereotypical. I understand that. It's just
Yeah.
I felt like inside of her base look, I feel like there are other pictures that pay homage to her characteristics a little bit better. Like it just in that one, even her skin tone looks very Caucasian. You know, like I was expecting it to be a little bit darker because on the previous one with Guile, they had a very tanned complexion still. You know, that's why I'm surprised. It's because her skin is literally so light.
But
it's
I've
very
actually
good.
seen and I've actually seen studies where sort of that skin tone is sort of seen as default. Where
Yeah,
like
and I get that.
I'm out of focus. Like
Yeah.
American audiences will sort of associate it with American ethnicities, and Japanese audiences will associate it with Japanese ethnicities. That's a whole lot deeper than it's well above my pay grade. So,
but I totally get it. I'm just surprised that her skin is so light because I feel like inside of the game her skin isn't even as light as they made it inside of that picture. You know what I mean? But that's how AI is. It's never very true to form when it comes to like these type of things. So
Computers
like
are
even in
dumb.
my webcam, it's making me look significantly lighter than I actually am. So I get it.
My webcam always makes me look real pale. Anywho,
Yes,
so
your
remember lightning round because we have a billion of these. So
I'm trying.
Block-
I'm trying,
or,
Elon. I
grab-
said
grab
grab.
from
That
Sharpie.
looks like Ricky.
Steve, block or grab.
Grab.
Go. Grab. Chat grabbed. I'm a grab. Here we go. Next, Ken, get ready for some. I don't know. Here you go.
no.
All right, quick, block or grab. Go.
That's a block.
Ken is in the room. Ken is starring in the room. He did not, Tatsu. He did not. Ohio. Block.
That's a block.
Man, that's a block
That's
all
a
around.
block.
That's a block all around.
Why
for
did they
everybody.
do his eye bags like that? Why did they do him like that? That was so rude.
That was as good as they could do with that. They just, you can only polish a turd so much.
All right. Well, look, since we're already going down this rabbit hole and we already saw Ken, I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead so we can take a look at Ryu. Let's see how they did Ryu, shall we?
Why does he look like Michael Jackson early days?
You know what? To be honest with you, I actually don't disagree with this. I actually think this is pretty on. To be very honest with you, because they got the eyebrows just about as dark and as bushy as they could. I feel like the mouth is about as real. Even the nose. I feel like look at the ears. They did a really good job with this. They even got part of the bandana. I think that's actually going to be a grab for me. His face looks terrified though. I'm scared he's going to like attack me in my sleep. I don't know why they keep adding these sunken freaking eye bags. But I understand why they didn't grab the headband, because specifically they're just looking for hair, eyebrows, eyes, nose, and mouth. So if you have a headband on, it's really difficult to differentiate that, but they still got part of the headband on there. It's just not as red because it's probably flesh tone. They're assuming that that's a Band-Aid or someone's head or someone's part of someone's head or forehead. So it's a flesh tone bandana, but I think they did a pretty good job of that.
So grab for Sharpie, Steve.
Pull him back up.
Oh, I can't. It's gone.
Chun-Li is not my lover. Block. Block.
I'm gonna block because the eyes are terrifying, and I feel like I don't know. It's just scary. It's unsettling. I didn't like it. Everybody in the chat's all right. Now let's get to one of my favorites, and it's Bison.
Ah, man, you got me. You got me. This isn't real, right?
No, it's real.
Is it actually real? You're lying to me. I don't believe you.
No, it's
I
real.
don't believe that. This is what
Rick Moranis Bison.
fucking. Who set up for this joke, dude? That's all I want to know.
No, that's legit.
I can't believe I got baited.
No,
I
that's
can't believe
legit.
I got baited like this.
All right, so block or grab.
It's obviously a block, Elon. Come on now.
I don't know. I've never seen Bison so happy. I'm grabbing it.
There was an attempt. There was an attempt made. I got a block. That's just no.
Okay.
Why you got to do best Bipson like that?
We got grabs and blocks. Actually, no, we got all grabs in the chat for that one. All right, let's get
Chat
to
is
Sagat,
Mimi.
shall we? Let's get to Sagat.
Oh! No!
Oh my god!
He looks like he's trying to look over some TPS reports. No! In his Snuggie! He's in a
He's in
Snuggie!
All right, Sharpie, blocker grab, go.
That's a block. That's a
Block.
block.
All right, Steve, blocker grab.
Block. No, he's not a fighter. He just looks too comfortable and cozy.
Just like the look of like, ooh, that doesn't look right. Ooh. All right, moving right along. Let's get to Rashid, shall we?
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I can see it. I can actually see it.
Yeah.
So,
But they
blocker
did the
grab.
eyes a different color. The eyes are the wrong color. That's the big thing for me.
Well, I think they
His eyes are
averaged it
brown.
out between his brown and his green, his brown eye and his green. Not his brown eye.
All right, blocker grab.
That's a good grab. That's a grab for me.
His actual brown eye, not his brown eye. Grab.
Steve. Steve.
We got some grabs in the chat too. I'm blocking that one's bad.
Oh my god.
It looks disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, let's take a look at Kage.
That's a block for me.
Block for Sharpie, Steve.
Why do they look like Nia Jax? Block.
Block for me too. That one's scary. Let's see. What else? Oh, here we go. This one's great. This one is great.
Do you think
Ibuki.
Ricky Ortiz specifically tries to look like Chun-Li? Like, I can't get over this right now. It was literally Ricky.
Look, we've seen some good ones so far, okay? But we haven't seen the best one. And that's Ibuki.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. No. No.
Oh my
No.
god.
All right, blocker grab, Steve.
No.
Oh my god, please.
Ibuki with the 5 o'clock shadow.
Please take this off the stream. Oh my god, please. I can't block it enough, bro. Oh my god.
Oh,
No more.
man.
Okay, so we have some retakes. Okay, some of them look a lot better. Because you give the AI a couple tries, sometimes they'll get it right. Let's take a look at the second take of Ken.
No.
I feel like it's a little bit better. I feel like they got the hair better this way, and they got some of the cheekbones better defined. They also got the eyes better. It's better than the first one. I'd have to grab it, to be honest with you.
I agree.
No.
It's a little bit better.
No.
It's enough better that I would recognize that it was trying to be Ken. The first one was unrecognizable.
True.
They keep getting the eyelashes wrong, but I think that's just a gaming thing.
True. Very true. Steve, blocker grab.
Block. Just
Okay.
no.
Oh, there's still a billion of these, so we'll get 5 more and then we'll move on. Here's another take of Guile. Blocker grab, Sharpie.
That's a block.
Okay, Steve.
That's a grab. That's
Grab?
a grab. I can see. Yeah, I can see that being the basis of Guile.
Oh, because he's gonna
I'm not
take
sure
you to the
about-
danger zone. Is that
Nice.
why?
Nice. I'm a fan of that reference.
Yes.
You'd say
Okay.
he's the top of all the guns.
Oh, I forgot about this one. Okay, we'll do 3. We'll do 3 more, and then we'll move on because we still have we still have
2 more
quick hits.
segments?
This isn't even quick hits.
This is
Okay.
this is quick hits. This is quick hits.
Okay, I
We're
guess
gonna
this is
close
quick
with
hits then.
Riptide.
All right. E Honda. Edmund Hondenson.
Oh no!
They thought his red stripes were. Oh no!
Look, I'm not
Why
gonna
did
lie.
I do that to him?
I'm not gonna lie. I think it's pretty close.
It's hard because he's not out of his profile. You know, his body is contorting.
Yeah.
So that's difficult for something to read. I feel like they did a really good job with his eyebrows and his ears and his nose and his mouth. Obviously, he does not wear glasses, and they got literally every single one of those creases incorrect because they thought the red paint was it. But I'm also gonna have to grab.
Yeah, I'm grabbing. I think this is good.
He looks like the love child of George H.W. Bush and the boss from News Radio. Block.
Oh, Steve never disappoints.
Okay. Next up, this is the second to last. Here is Urian.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. That fed up
Looking
grandmother that just is tired of your Yeah. I'm sorry, future Steve. But yeah, that's a grab for me.
Looking extra sassy. Just looks like they are not going to put up with your BS 1 second further. I'm grabbing this.
So grabs all around. And then finally.
Chancla. Oh,
Chad said Aegis Chancla. I'm losing my freaking mind.
That's
all right. Last one.
All right. Hold on. Where did it go? Oh, no. Oh, no. I lost it. Where is it? Last two. Sorry. Because we have to look at Zangief. Zangief is the most, Zangief is the one that made the most impact on everybody. So we have to look at Zangief, first of all. So this is the second to last one. Here's Zangief.
What? Yeah, no, that's grapplers. That's grapplers. I'm gonna have to grab that. That's what every single grappler looks like to me. That's exactly, I have been struggling for a very long time to convey exactly how grapplers make me feel based off their presence. This is exactly what they would look like if you could take grapplers' spirits into the real world and personify them. I'm gonna have to grab on that one. Just like every single grappler's ever done to me.
So that's a grab from Sharpie Steve, blocker grab?
Yeah.
Okay, big block from Steve. I'm gonna block it too because it's absolutely terrifying. But the one I wanted to get us out on. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm recovering from.
Steve is broken inside.
I've been broken inside for a long time. This just drives it home.
That Aegis Chancla comment is just getting me so hard. This stuff was so funny. I just imagine Urian literally having a giant Chanclas. It'd be such a good mod. Oh my god.
Why can't I find this? Oh no.
All right.
Okay, I guess I can't find it. So we'll just do. Oh, found it. Soon as I gave up on it, it showed up. All right, here is, of course, the one everybody wanted to see. How would this person look like in real life, you ask? How would G look in real life, you ask? There you go.
Oh my god. Jesus.
All right, block or grab?
Some block.
Block from Sharpie. Steve, block or grab?
He's trying. He's trying. There's so much hope in his eyes.
Is
and
he, though?
not much else. I'm gonna grab.
All right, so grab from Steve, block from everybody else. And that's been this weird edition of block grab along with this train of wreck of a show that I'm in love with. I love shows like this. All right. Everybody stop being happy because we got to talk about sad stuff now. Nintendo does it again. Nintendo says you can't have no fun. You want to play some fun games? You want to have tournaments for your games? You want to stream the game? No. The answer is no. Nintendo does not want anybody to have fun. So, once again, a tournament was set to happen. This one named Riptide. Steve, Nintendo said no again.
All right, we're talking about Riptide, the event that's taking place this coming weekend in Sandusky, Ohio. We actually interviewed Josh, who's one of the lead organizers for it a while back. If you want to check that interview out, you can do so on our YouTube channel. But they are hosting a massive event at a big water park. They basically shut the entire place down for them. So they're going to have Melee, they're going to have Smash Ultimate. They're going to have other platform fighters like Rivals of Aether. They're going to have Splatoon there. And they were going to have Project Plus there. Project Plus, for those who are unaware, is a mod of Project M, which itself is a mod of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. The game was derided by a lot of hardcore fans because it introduced things like tripping and other things to make pro play less appealing in Brawl. So fans took it upon themselves to mod the game into Project M, which has been a while for quite some time. Project Plus is a newer version of that further balances the game. However, it appeared on the initial schedule. It had an event. It had a few events at Riptide scheduled, but unfortunately, last week, Riptide announced that they had to put the kibosh on those events. In a statement they posted on social media, they said, quote, Riptide was contacted recently by a Nintendo of America Inc. representative regarding our Project Plus events. As a result of that conversation, there will be no Project Plus tournaments or setups at Riptide. We understand the impact of this news for the Project Plus community. We will be contacting all attendees registered for Project Plus events with further information and the updated refund request procedure shortly. End quote. What struck me with this is not just that they're canceling the tournament, but they're also saying not only are we not having the tournament, we won't have space for it at all, even off stream in a little corner where no one watching can see. They had to completely distance the event from Project Plus. And this is once again Nintendo coming in and being extremely protective. Some people would say overly protective of their IP against arguably their most hardcore fans. And I guess we can take the conversation from there.
I mean, I don't have anything else to add. It's sad and it's stupid.
The way that Nintendo reacted to PM is the reason why I stopped playing Smash competitively. I was actively I was one of those people that was actively interested in PM because I competed in Melee and I didn't really like Brawl, but I really liked PM and I was very excited for it. And watching the way that Nintendo treated events that offered it, I would talk to several different tournament organizers and they would say things like, we can't have PM here in any capacity because if Nintendo ever finds out or if someone tweets that they won here at this event, Nintendo will shut us down. And that's a very real thing. It happens not just with Nintendo, but with a lot of other things like Hitbox used to be, not Hitbox like the arcade stick, but Hitbox used to be a streaming service that I believe is still out right now. I believe it goes under a different name. But people used to stream to that instead of Twitch way back when, at about the same time as PM was active. And a lot of people were not allowed to run Hitbox streams because if there was a Twitch stream running as well, Twitch would find out and you wouldn't be able to ever have your stream promoted on Twitch ever again. Like, that's just, it's an unfortunate causality of a lot of larger partnerships with publishers, which means that if we want to coexist with these publishers and have tournaments, there's certain rules we have to oblige. And unfortunately, one of those things means that if a publisher opts to not create a game that is interesting to players, if there's a fan alternative, we're not allowed to run an officially sponsored tournament through it. Or any organizers who value their existence in esports, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not shocked by this news because as someone who had this happen to me way back when, I just kind of become numb every single time I see Nintendo coming down on Smash further and further. My heart goes out to so many of these affected players and tournament organizers because I know as someone who works at like the largest Smash venue in the world, Xanadu, like it's it genuinely is people inside the community who just love this game. They just genuinely love playing this game. Everything that they've ever done has exclusively been to help more people play and find out about these games. And they've even extended olive branches to other people trying to build up different types of games. So it really genuinely hurts me when I see a large publisher like Nintendo come down like this on tournaments, because Riptide may seem like a big deal to a lot of people outside the Smash community, but it's almost 100% run by just small tournament organizers local to that area. It's a very grassroots event, and it really genuinely sucks. I wish I could end this on a more positive note, but I can't, because it's like I just liken it to, like, I think a couple of years ago we were talking about, like, not a couple of years ago, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, people were talking about how you would need a license when all that Street Fighter V stuff was leaked, and you would need a license to do this and do that with the game, and everybody was like, I can't even imagine doing that. And then all these creators came out and be like, yeah, I've had to make licenses to get beat art made or posters made or fan art, and I have to pay Capcom money for the ability to possibly make money off of their stuff. Like, this is not a new thing that occurs. It's just unfortunate because we haven't seen this happen with any other tournaments, to be very honest with you, in the fighting game community, with the exception of EVO in 2020. That was the very first time I've ever seen fighting game publishers like Capcom and Bandai Namco and Main 6 come out and be like, we are not supporting this event and we're pulling the game completely from this event. They are not allowed to run it. Like, that's the only other time I've seen it, and I felt like the circumstances behind that were very different than what we're seeing now. It wasn't people infringing upon IP. It was a massive, brand clashing, So it's just really weird to me to consistently see Nintendo in this boat of, we don't necessarily want people playing this game that you've modded because we're not making money off of it in any capacity, and it doesn't represent our community or our brand, and we own it. It's weird to see them coming down on it as fighting game players, because we don't see that, because we have a very mutual respect with Capcom. I'm sorry, I know I'm bogarting. I just feel very strongly about it.
No, it's okay.
You let your feelings fly.
That's what I will say. That's what I will say publicly about it. There are other things I'd like to say publicly, and I already know that, like, I'm probably never going to be work with Nintendo because of the things that I'm saying, which is completely and totally fine to me. I wrote that off decades ago, to be very honest with you. When they first did that to PM, I was literally like, I am never working with Nintendo. I literally said that to everyone in the room as soon as I saw PM, and then I saw the cease and desist because I knew one of the developers, and I was really good friends with the developer, and I was like, I love this game, I want to play this game, I want to promote this game, and they're like, Nintendo gave us a cease and desist, and I was like, I am never, ever, ever working with Nintendo ever again. Like, that's just how it goes sometimes, but it's unfortunate that they do this. Ethics is a really big deal for me when it comes to, like, video game stuff. I've always said if there are people who are very passionate about something and it's not hurting you, literally, like, stopping people from playing your brand, I say go with it. It's genuinely not hurting anyone, and there's some people who literally built their lives around this. It just really sucks to see them doing this to so many people working so hard on it. And I'm happy they didn't have to send a cease and desist, because if they did, that entire tournament would have to shut down. Yeah. It wouldn't just be the PM side. I'm happy they just got to talk to an associate and to come to that conclusion. But it is unfortunate because I know Project Melee and Project Melee Plus have been working very, very hard to maintain a sense of community this entire time. So it genuinely breaks my heart. I can't say much else than that.
And I mean, the thing is, this, you said it's happened time and time again. You don't even have to go that far back. Big House. They were going to run an online tournament last year for Melee through with Slippy, and they got a cease and desist on that. Any other tournament over the previous few years that partnered with Nintendo officially, be it Big House or Genesis or anything like that, they couldn't run Project M. The Project M team, they said it was not because of cease and desist or any legal threats like that, but the threat of it was always there, and a lot of people believe that was at least a contributing reason to why that team ended development on Project M. Project Plus was taken over by a different team. They basically started from, what was the end of Project M and went in their own direction. But time and time again, Nintendo has been so protective of their IP because, at least in my opinion, the FGC, the competitive Smash scene is nothing to them. They want to do just enough to keep them at bay and make sure that they're not actively evangelizing against them, preaching against them, excuse me. But they see the pro scene as harmful because they don't want people to think of Smash as no items, Fox only, Final Destination. They don't want that image. And when they see Pro Smash, that's all they think about. So they want to keep that way, way, way off to the side and minimize it as much as possible. Even with, the things they've done with Evo, their own online tournaments. It just feels like such a small thing compared to what other companies are doing with anything approaching esports, because that's not their focus with these games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even when they did the Splatoon circuit, like, it felt like that was them trying to be as competitive as possible. And it's kind of crazy because when you watch how Nintendo approaches the competitive esports side, like, officially, on paper, everything is correct. Like, the social media, the Smash GG, the way they set up their tournaments, the way that they're ready to justify and set it up and everything. The issue ultimately comes down to the fact that their games are not able to be enjoyed competitively because so many people are concerned about starting a competitive circuit through Nintendo because they consistently see this happening. They consistently see Nintendo being kind of, tongue-in-cheek about sponsoring certain tournaments. And I'm not saying that Nintendo hasn't helped out tournaments in the past, because I've actively seen Nintendo work with a lot of these large tournaments, like SmashCon, Super SmashCon, Pound, Glitch. Like, there are so many, Apex even. Nintendo has helped behind the scenes at a lot of these tournaments, and Nintendo is a presence, and they are working with people that represent Nintendo. The issue ultimately becomes, like, there's only so much that you can do without making sure, like, that someone like Leffen represents the Smash brand, right? And you guys have seen Leffen. There have been all these allegations. There have been allegations about everybody back from June. Like, Nintendo doesn't want to be associated with that, and that makes sense. But the overtly cautious side of it is really difficult, I feel, for Nintendo to navigate. Because even when you look at it, Super Smash Bros. Is such a small drop of what Nintendo produces. It's like not even their largest selling game of all time. That's very easily Pokemon. And the lengths that they'll go through to promote Pokemon is crazy. So it's like it's really genuinely insane to me to see how little they're willing to risk over Smash. Because ultimately, while it's a large part of our lives, and while we can't imagine life without being able to play this game competitively that we've been spending our entire lives playing, to Nintendo, it's just a massive amount of influx in money, and that's kind of disheartening as someone who organizes tournaments and grew up playing a lot of these games competitively.
I agree.
I hope that makes sense. I know I was probably ranting for a lot of that.
It makes a lot of sense.
Very personal to me still, and it's one of the big reasons I play Skullgirls. I don't play games where the developer isn't someone that actively works with the community anymore, specifically because of the way that everything went down with PM.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And, before today, I didn't think that there was an image that could showcase how I felt towards all this, but I think we actually found something perfect.
I simply do not see it.
Oh boy, that's gonna haunt me.
With that said, I guess we're gonna talk about Formula One some other time, because Russell signed a Mercedes deal and Valtteri Bottas went over to Alfa Romeo. And Steve, we're gonna talk about wrestling some other time, because unfortunately we have reached the end of the line for this train wreck of an episode. And I mean
Some
that.
would
I
say
mean that.
The apex. You get it? Because we were just talking about Smash stuff.
True. And here's the thing. I want you guys to understand. I say train wreck, but I mean that as a term of endearment, because I love train wrecks. Figuratively. Figurative train wrecks, not physical train wrecks, because those are bad. So this was a lot of fun. Sharpie, it's great to have you on the show again. Thank you for being here. Where can people
Always
find
a
you?
pleasure, Elon. I'm sorry that I was so unfortunately busy with work and Evo and GDOC and voicing Roxy and Skullgirls. You
What?
know, that I just wasn't able to be here. So, but I'm back now.
Voicing who?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't hear you.
Voicing who? What?
Evo?
Evo? Evo?
GDOC?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand. Thank you as always, Sharpie. Always great to have you here. You can follow her at the Purple Sharpie, DAPURPLE SHARPIE. I kind of like halfway through that I regretted starting to spell it, but we got there. She streams, she does TikTok, she does Twitter, she does everything, and sketches and everything else. Because you know, we always need somebody who does everything.
I'm
And
paid nothing.
I sympathize a lot.
I like how neither of those Sharpies are purple.
I was about to say.
Purple is literally my least favorite color.
We also had Steve Ace King Offsuit Jerk in the show today. Thank you, Steve, for joining us. You can follow him at Ace
I
King
was here
Offsuit.
technically.
You can follow him at Ace King Offsuit on Twitter. The Schedule Meister, the man with the deets, the fireman with the deets, according to that one Efren graphic from forever ago. And I've been Elon. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you all next week, next Tuesday.
Good night, Canada.
Every show has a sign-off phrase.
Do it again. Do it again. Say it. Say it. Say it.